Mississippi Farm Bureau. Scott Berry joins us right now, head baseball coach at Southern Miss, and he's got to be feeling good, Coach, on this Monday after a sweep of a good Dallas Baptist team. You win 4-3, a one-run game on Friday, a 2-1 one-run win on Saturday, then a little bit more breathing room with a 7-2 victory yesterday. What a good weekend for your ball club.
Yeah, it really was, Richard. You know, coming off the 4 previous games where we were 3-4 in those, and some disappointing losses. Just gave up a lot of runs and pretty sloppy on the pitching end with a lot of walks, hit batters, and just wasn't good baseball in all honesty. But we were able to get it right and get back on the winning track this weekend against a good Dallas Baptist team that had swept us a year ago over there at their place. So it was good to see us come out and play good baseball.
So how did you do that? How did you kind of flip the switch from not playing good baseball to playing good baseball for 3 days?
Well, I think, number one, I think our starters really took us deep into the game, all 3 of them. Hall, Adams, Mazza did a great job. Didn't have to use a lot of our bullpen, and the guys that we did out of the pen, they performed very well. Justin Storm, a big, tall left-hander who has been in our program, he was able to get his second and third save on consecutive days, Friday and Saturday. But, the week previous, we just didn't get good starts. Our pitch counts got up high and got in the pins way too early. But our starters on this weekend, they were able to get us in the 6th inning with Hall, and then Adams did a great job getting us into the 8th inning, and then Mazza covered 6. So gave us some quality innings there and had some timely hitting. Wasn't a lot of offense scored. Dallas Baptist in 27 innings, they only scored in 3 of them, and only had 3 extra base hits, just 3 doubles on the weekend. So I think our pitchers performed pretty dominant in that regard. And then offensively, we were able to string along some innings, just really 1 inning each on Friday and Saturday, but they were enough and for us to hold on behind a good pitcher to win.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Friday game. And I guess this is a 2-part question, which probably is not how I should do it. But what's your feeling knowing that you've got someone like Tanner Hall stepping onto the mound to go out and try and deliver a performance that you need to get you going in the right direction? And I'll stop there and then kind of a secondary question in a second.
Well, I think certainly it would be it's a great option versus the other one where you're trying to figure out who you're going to start on Friday. Yeah. Last year we were blessed to have 3 Friday night guys, in all honesty, and Tanner was he's the guy that went Friday, and Riggins went Saturday, and Waltrip on Sunday. And we were blessed to have 3 closers on any given day that we wanted last year as well. We're still kind of searching for that guy here, and I don't know if we'll find it. I don't know if we'll find just one guy to fit that bill. But, it is reassuring to know that on a Friday night that Tanner, the competitor that he is, the stuff and the pitchability that he has, being able to dominate a team on the mound and give your offense a chance to just score 1 or 2 runs, that makes you feel good. What he did last week against Illinois, he just didn't have the sink, and that was evident with them leaving the yard 2 times on him. That just doesn't happen very often. And that tells you right there his ball's just not sinking. And for him to regain that and be his old self on Friday, that was a good feeling to see.
And I guess the second part, and I'm thinking about this from we all know that baseball is such a mental game, right? And you can ride a wave of confidence, but if you lose that confidence, sometimes it's hard to get it back. You're leading 4-0, and then you give up the 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. Take me inside your mind there. Are you worried that your guys may tighten up at that point because all of a sudden it's a 1-run game and it has kind of an, oh, no, here we go again feel? Or did you believe that mentally they were tough enough to really fight through that?
Well, I think in that inning you're describing, the 6th inning, and like you said, we were 4-0, and I think he got a ground ball out and then gave up a couple of base hits, and then another guy hooks a double in the down the left field line, and there was an error involved that actually threw the ball out of play that moved everybody up a base. Instead of scoring 1, they scored 2, puts that 3rd run at 3rd base, and then a pitch gets away from Tanner, and now all of a sudden it's 3 runs. So, we did a little bit of self-destructing in that inning, which, I think I was a little bit uneasy at that time. I was a little disappointed because we were really playing well, and then all of a sudden, as we often see in baseball, it can turn on a dime in just one play, and literally that's what it did. What should have been just one run on a play ends up in two pitches that scores 3 runs.
And then if you carry that into the next day, you have managed to be tough enough to fight through, hold it to 3 runs, get the 1-run lead, and now you're in a 1-run game again the next day. You trail 1-0, you get the 2 spot in the 4th inning, so it's a 2-1 game, and that's what the final ends up being. So you've just kind of proven to yourself that you can win a close game. Does that factor in?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And, in that game, Adams, who went 7 1/3 for us, that inning that they scored the 1 run, they had first and second, 1 out. He was able to induce that 4-6-3 double play that really killed that momentum. And then in the 6th inning, we had a big error that allowed the runner at third with 1 out, and he was able to pitch around it with a strikeout and a 4-3 to minimize and leave the game at 2-1 at that point. And then from there on, we did have a couple of times there late in the late innings where our relievers inherited runners and did a great job. Preferably Storm there in the 9th inning, up 2-1 with a runner at first and second. He inherits that and gets 2 strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging to end the game. So hopefully, with those things where we've had trouble in the bullpen, that will give us some confidence moving forward, particularly with the guys that we used this weekend and the experience that they got from it.
And then yesterday, you get to breathe a little bit, right? You get the run in the first, you get 2 more in the second, you build up a 5-0 lead, so you've got a little bit of cushion, and then you really kind of put the stamp on it in the 8th inning where you had a couple of runs. That had to feel good because it was a different type game after having such high leverage baseball for 2 days.
Yeah, that 8th inning was really key, 5-2, and we know that Dallas Baptist has the ability to hit. I mean, their numbers indicated that coming in, contrary to what Friday and Saturday showed us. But, they had that ability. And, like any team, nobody wants to get swept, and there's that sense of urgency late in the game. But, with Danny Lynch's sac fly there in the bottom of the 8th, and then Creek Robinson, a 2-out RBI single, that really pushed us forward and made it 7-2. And then Middleton just had a really clean inning in the 9th. Young freshman who's going to be really good with 3 up, 3 down. And so felt real good about it.
So a sweep over the weekend to get to 8-3 overall, and you turn the page to this week, and you get right back to it. Got to hit the road for a trip to Oxford with a game against Ole Miss on Tuesday night, and then Valpo coming to your place next weekend. Obviously, your midweek schedule is never an easy one, right? Whether it's the games that you play with South Alabama or Tulane or Mississippi State or Ole Miss a couple of times throughout the course of the year, you really challenge yourself in these midweek games.
Yeah, we do, and geographically, I mean that's what's great about the South. They are good baseball teams. They are good RPI teams that surround you. So everybody's really helping one another in the big scheme and big picture when you're trying to build that resume for at the end of the year. So, certainly tomorrow night with us going to Ole Miss will be a great challenge for us. And then from there, we'll move to Valparaiso, who took 2 out of 3 from Little Rock this past weekend on the road. Looking at, not that I'm looking ahead, but just kind of getting some stuff. Valpo's an older team that seems to be playing well. So when we put this schedule together, we knew it was going to be challenging, and we wanted it to be because we wanted to build that best resume and strength of schedule that we could.
Last thing for you, Coach. What are you going to do on the mound tomorrow night against Ole Miss?
We're probably going to see several, in all honesty, Richard. Just not having that true fourth starter enables us to have the option to go several different ways. And I don't know if it's even been released yet, so I don't know if Jack's put it out there. So I'm going to hesitate to tell it to you here. But, we have a plan moving forward, but I'm sure it's going to see several people that take them out for us.
All right, should be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Southern Miss and Ole Miss in Oxford with a 6:30 first pitch. Scott, always appreciate your time. Safe travels and good luck.